to find and designate a target. You begin at 8,500 feet MSL, 50 nautical miles northwest of your home airfield, Beslan Air Base. The aircraft is set up for air-to-ground combat. When ready to continue, press the spacebar. Bring up the AGM65G display on the left MFCD by first pressing OSB 18 and then pressing OSB 12 MAV. Use HOTAS Coolie right long to set the TGP on the right MFCD as soy. Then set the TGP to steer point 1 with HOTAS China Hat aft long. Finally, set the FLIR display to white hot with HOTAS boat switch aft. When you have finished these steps, press the spacebar to continue.
Well, this has not been a fun week. Has I been recording the whole time? I gotta see something. I think I left this recording on for a very, very long time. It's July 7th. I think it's been recording since yesterday. Okay, maybe not. All right, maybe not. Anyways, I was saying this has not been fun. To be honest, not been a fun week in my week of immersion DCS module. This week it's the Apache, not Apache, but the Hog, and I can't lie, it has not been the best of time flying this thing. It's been like somewhat fun. I just don't know if I got enough interest in this thing to fly it more frequently. I really don't. But I will admit, like some people have said, once you get the
Using the
key,
HOTAS controls, zoom in and adjust the TGP view to target the part of the building shown in this image. Then use HOTAS TMS forward short to select a point target, and then TMS forward long to make the soy pointer the SPI. When you have finished this, you are ready for the attack run. Press the spacebar to continue and begin flying.
I think I gotta go over here and do this. I can't tell if that's actually on there or not. It's not. All right. Is EMS forward short, second point, target EMS forward long.
HOTAS coolie left long to make the MAV display, the left MFCD, the soy. Then
Warning,
slew
autopilot.
the MAV sensor to the SPI with HOTAS China hat forward long and zoom in with China hat forward short. Set the Maverick to force correlate with HOTAS boat switch center. Finally, set the MAV seeker to ground stabilize with HOTAS TMS aft short. When you have completed these steps, press the spacebar to continue.
I think I got both switched in. Yeah. Yeah, like I say, man, this has not been fun. EMS app short.
Watch the Dynamic Launch Zone, DLZ. At about 7.5 nautical mile range, lock the Maverick by pressing HOTAS TMS forward short. The MAV crosshairs should close on the target zone. Press and hold the weapons release button. Rifle. As the Maverick heads towards its target, come left to approximately 040, level the wings, and re-engage the autopilot. You will have to trim a bit left wing down to compensate for the lost weight of the fired AGM-65G. Monitor the strike with the TGP.
Oh, look how that's what's going. I'm got my bit, my visibility range shit. How do you beat the map to the target? What the hell is that about? What was the hit? Oh shit! It went past though. See, nah, that's some bullshit. Damn. I hope this don't I gotta hit. I gotta do this again. It said target a part of the building. I did. Shit, I don't know how to do the autopilot on there either. Let's just go out a little bit. Hmm. We only do it at the base of the building. Put it right down at the base.
Rifle.
I was pretty close, damn near too close. Oh yeah, that's not gonna work. Look, I'm on that building. I said this wasn't fun. But I guess training isn't fun. Shit. It meant to be.
Welcome to the A10C2 AGM 65 Maverick Fundamental Training. Bring up the AGM 65G display on the left MFCD by first pressing OSB 18. Use HOTAS Coolie right long to set the TGP on the right MFCD as soy. Then set the TGP to steer point 1 with HOTAS China Hat aft long. Finally, set the FLIR display to white hot with HOTAS boat switch aft. When you have finished these steps, press the spacebar to continue.
Look, all right, that's where I'm at.
Using the HOTAS controls, zoom in and adjust the TGP view to target the part of the building shown in this image. Then use HOTAS TMS forward short to select a point target, and then TMS forward long to make the SOI pointer the SPI. When you have finished this, you are ready for the attack run. Press the spacebar to continue and begin flying. HOTAS coolie left long to make the MAV display, the left MFCD, the SOI. Then slew the MAV sensor to the SPI with HOTAS China hat forward long and zoom in with China hat forward short. Set the Maverick to force correlate with HOTAS boat switch center. Finally, set the MAV seeker to ground stabilize with HOTAS TMS aft short. When you have completed these steps, press the spacebar to continue.
Warning, autopilot.
I need more space to do this. Be like 10 miles. What the? Gimbal limit. That map is not locked on. Yeah, all these damn switches, TMS short, TMS half long, DMS, China hat, bulk switch, hat, switch, back, half, forward, long, short, medium. I assume that has to be the way the game has to do it. I just don't know if the real pilot has to do all that. If he does, much respect for A10 pilot. Because that is a lot. Like I said, you do it for 10, 15 years. How long a pilot's career is. I did 10 miles, I better go out 20 miles. Shit. 20 miles a day and turn in. That's another thing too. I want to go out 20 miles and it's like I'm crawling. I'm doing 277 knots, but yeah. Consider when you could do double that in a Viper. Okay, let's go to one. Over here. Right. Of course the damn what's called goes away. The instructor. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know, maybe I'm too far out. Seek a bore sight. I don't.
Rifle.
What am I? Shit. 4 miles.
Good hit. Good hit.
Well. Frustrating, but rewarding. That's all I can say. All right. Is that it? That's what we get. Two, 3 miles. Let's go 15, 20 miles out again. Yeah, this has not been a very fun weekendy hog. Not gonna lie. It is a kick-ass plane, but I can do somewhat the same thing in a Viper and do it faster. I know for hog drivers, that's probably like blasphemy, but yeah, I can load up me 6 Mavericks on a Viper, targeting pod, like 600 knots. Be kind of hard for me to. Be kind of hard for me to really switch to the hog. At least from a gaming perspective. I'm not talking real life. I don't think you get the same direct effect on the ground if you got a hog coming in versus a Viper. They say this thing can take all kinds of bullets. It's low and slow. So you really can't beat it. That's why they can't retire it. Try some more. Try some more. really can't. I don't think you really can't beat it though. Let's see. Maybe the instructions are wrong. Gimbal limit. Oh shit. Yeah, that's another thing. If I made a mistake like that, I could just pull the Viper hard like that, and it's gonna go in. Okay. Yeah.
Rifle.
I can see why people want to fly this sucker though, because it is pretty brutal. And I am hitting targets with it. What if I want to put it on something else? Can't do that. Yeah, I see why y'all play this. I see why y'all like it. I don't know if a lot of people like it though. I really don't see a lot of hog videos. And I think that's because a lot of people don't invest the kind of time it takes to really play this. It is a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's got more options, more things to mess with, more systems. any of the other modules. I've been a week on here, and this is as far as I've got with this. I could do Mavericks, I could do Down Bomb. I guess that's pretty much all you need, though. But you got to do a lot of trimming, a lot of patience. A lot of everything. Realistically, all bullshit aside, it's like any other module, man. You're gonna have to really just get into it. It's got to be your plane. It's got to be the plane that you want to fly. This is one where it's no casual flying this thing. It's no, oh, I get in today, but I won't get into it for another month. Nah, no, not having that. This ain't that kind of party. This is not that kind of party. All right, let's see. I think he says TMS something, but I think he might be wrong on that.
Rifle.
5.8 miles. The wrong missile for this target. It's a lot of fun, though. It's a lot of fun. And the rabbit got the gun. Probably just the hood cover. Okay. Hood mode. Can't brighten it up. I can't. I don't see it. Yeah, that's light. Pretty sure there's a button up somewhere out of this huge maze of buttons. Let's find an autopilot. That definitely use an autopilot. Of course, it would be AUT. It wouldn't be here, but it's not here. It would be an autopilot AT. But there's no autopilot button, I guess. CMPS mode auto. What else would it be labeled? Yeah. 5.9, 6 miles. See, I totally lost the hood. Where the fuck is the thing at? Totally lost the tab hole. Didn't go out far enough. What are you in? What are you in? What are you in? Point mode, TMS. Now I'm too close. I picked up what I want to pick up. You know, Mavericks frustrate me anyway. Even in the Viper, the Hornet, Mavericks are just frustrating as hell. I can't see this fucking top of this hood. I think that's because of the seat. I think people that don't have a goddamn a motion seat, they don't have this problem. I do see that gun reticle. You like I can't see it now. I'm slowing down. I'm going down, and this damn seat is saying, "Let's move down." I have no idea what those are doing.
Pull up, pull up. Pull up, pull up.
See,
Altitude, altitude.
Is it this fucking dot you're looking for, or this fucking dot I'm looking for? Or is it this fucking X right here? I don't know. I guess it all depends on your distance and all that. Man, let me quit bitching about this thing. Go do something else. Close. All right, Maverick. Then we got the Laser Maverick. APKWS munitions. What is that? I think these are rockets. DBU 54 laser JDAM air-to-air countermeasures. I think I can go on a limb and say that I'm really sick of flying the A-10 this week. I'm really sick of it. I was gun ho last Sunday. It all stopped becoming fun right about here. HOTAS fundamentals. This was cool. I do the lightning part, but I don't know why. Why am I doing it? I'm definitely not gonna be flying this. Now I understand why I've had this so long and I just have never got around to flying it.
Welcome to the training lesson on the use of the AN/AAQ-28 Lighting 2 targeting pod. I've engaged the autopilot to maintain altitude and heading.
No,
Pay
really,
attention
you
to the
haven't.
airspeed and manage the throttle to stay above 200 knots throughout this mission.
Okay, maybe you have. Let's see what's gonna happen here.
The targeting pod provides you with the ability to conduct visual target search and designation for weapons delivery at long ranges in day and nighttime conditions. The Lighting 2 features 3 live video modes: charge coupled device, or CCD, and a white hot or a black hot forward-looking infrared flare. The pod can also function in laser spot search and laser spot track modes to track a laser designator from another source on the ground or in the air. Let's examine the air-to-ground page accessed by OSB2.
Now you definitely don't have the autopilot on, sir.
The TGP is now in air-to-ground mode and displaying video. To make the TGP or SOI, press and hold the HOTAS Coolie Hat right command or the K key on the keyboard. Let's review the main features of the TGP display.
Now you already done fucked up. You ain't got the thing on autopilot.
Welcome to the training lesson on the use of the AN/AAQ-28 Lighting 2 targeting pod. I've engaged the autopilot to maintain altitude and heading. Pay attention to the airspeed and manage the throttle to stay above 200 knots throughout this mission. The targeting pod provides you with the ability to conduct visual target search and designation for weapons delivery at long ranges in day and nighttime conditions. The Lighting 2 features 3 live video modes: charge coupled device, or CCD, and a white hot or a black hot forward-looking infrared flare. The pod can also function in laser spot search and laser spot track modes to track a laser designator from another source on the ground or in the air. Let's examine the air-to-ground page accessed by OSB2. The TGP is now in air-to-ground mode and displaying video. To make the TGP or SOI, press and hold the HOTAS Coolie Hat right command or the K key on the keyboard. Let's review the main features of the TGP display. The center of the display is dominated by the crosshairs and brackets. The brackets indicate the volume of visible area in narrow field of view mode. Immediately to the right of the crosshairs is the yardstick, which indicates the ground distance covered by the right half of the crosshair. The bottom right corner indicates the slant range to the center of the crosshairs. The upper right corner indicates the north arrow,
Am I
which
supposed
is
to be
in
going
line
that
to the
way?
ground plane and indicates bearing due north. Press the spacebar key to proceed. Going around the edges of the display, the top left corner indicates the current field of view and zoom level. OSB 1 through 4 select TGP pages. The top right corner indicates the current video mode. OSB 5 toggles LSS mode. OSB 6 selects between laser and IR pointer and both designation modes. The bottom of the display indicates current location coordinates. Finally, the bottom left corner indicates the attitude reference symbol and clock. Press OSB 1 to enter the control page and access additional options.
Now, while I'm turning that game,
Starting with the right side of the display, OSB 7 toggles between latitude, longitude, and MGRS coordinate systems for current location indication. OSB 8 toggles latch on and off modes. In latch off mode, when the laser is fired manually by pressing the HOTAS pinky button, it will only fire as long as the button is pressed down. In latch on mode, the laser will be switched on and off with each press of the button. Note that default profiles for guided munitions will be set for automatic laser operation. OSB 9 toggles between metric, US, and off settings for the yardstick. OSB 17 and 18 are used to enter the laser codes for the laser designator and LSS mode using the UFC to enter the code. Finally, OSB 20 is used to enter an advisory alert altitude. Press OSB 1 to return to the air-to-ground main page. Okay, now for the fun part. Try to slew the pod around. Move the line of sight down and to either side using the HOTAS slew control switch or the semicolon, comma, period, and / keys on the keyboard. Watch the HUD and TAD displays to see the TGP LOS diamond move to indicate its position over the terrain. You may need to zoom the TAD display out to see the TGP diamond. Also, watch the situation awareness cue on the TGP display, the small square dot. This cue indicates the TGP LOS to either side and down relative to the nose of the aircraft.
Okay. That's enough.
Notice that when you stop slewing, the TGP enters area track mode. In this mode, the pod is tracking a general area picture and not any individual object. Try switching this to point tracking mode by pressing the HOTAS TMIS up short command or left control plus up arrow keys on the keyboard. In point tracking mode, the pod is tracking a specific object, including a moving one. If tracking is lost due to masking or other line of sight obstructions, area and point tracking modes are discontinued and replaced by INR Inertial A or INR P modes respectively. Press the spacebar key to proceed. One of the main advantages offered by the A10C upgrade is the integration of avionics components that allow the pilot to quickly locate, identify, and prosecute targets from long range with precision munitions. I've set waypoint 4 in close proximity to some targets, so we can try some additional functions of the TGP. Set your steer point for waypoint 4 using the UFC steer rocker key. Now press HOTAS China Hat Aft Long or C on the keyboard to automatically slew the TGP to the steer point. You should see a large X-type target range. Press the HOTAS China Hat Forward short command or the V key on the keyboard to set the TGP to narrow field of view. You can also zoom the video picture. Press and hold the HOTAS DMIS up command or home key on the keyboard to zoom in toward the target.
I don't fucked up.
Now press the HOTAS boat switch forward command or right alt plus right arrow keys on the keyboard to select FLIR Be Hot video mode. You can also try the HOTAS boat switch aft command or right alt plus left arrow keys on the keyboard to select white hot mode. Now choose a target and initiate either area or point track. An M indication on the TTP display below the crosshairs indicates a masking obstruction. Tracking may not be possible in this case. If this occurs, you may need to turn the nose more on target. You can now press the HOTAS TMIS up long command or left control plus up arrow keys on the keyboard to make this point your new speed. This can be a very useful function if you are carrying Mavericks, as you could then initiate a slave all to speed command and the Mavericks would be automatically slewed to this point. You can also create a mark point at this location to store in the CDU database. Press the HOTAS TMIS right short command or left control plus right arrow key command on the keyboard to create mark point A. This concludes the training flight on the AN/AAQ-28 Lighting 2 targeting pod. You can continue to practice using the targeting pod over the target range.
I'm not over the range. Okay, Jim, learn that. I create a mark point, but how do I use it? Ah, that's another lesson. Let's see, I can create a mark point with the hood too. Maybe, maybe not. I can see where the damn corner was at. Uh, 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 so, man, why you have me out here training without no weapons? Ugh. Okay. Okay, I think I'm done. I was really gonna do the AV8B next, but then I saw this. I was like, there's no freaking way that I'm going to do this. It's just not gonna happen. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Not gonna happen. So, I think I've already done Apache V. Might just go Viper. Might go F4, but I'm not doing that. Yeah, I'm definitely not doing it. That's a bit much. I probably should have did 2 weeks in this thing, to be honest. But yeah, I will definitely not